who God turned around through this divine visitation, through a light, through a UFO basically.
Yeah.
Turned him 180 degrees around, and the Apostle Paul becomes a big mouth for Jesus, who ends up writing 2/3 of the New Testament Bible. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then in the chapter 6 of Genesis talks about these Nephilim, these beings that were from somewhere else that were, we're all relatives, kind of like we're relatives with a dog, I guess. We're both fauna, right?
Yeah.
So we're living beings, breathing sentient beings. So all living sentient beings have a relationship. But these are more human like us, you know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like the holy angels, who it says in the Bible, God created He created humans just a little lower than these holy angels. So, but we're like gods, is how it's written. We're like, children of God, right? So made in image and likeness. We've got big shoes to fill, and we've got to really figure that stuff out and start demanding justice. And don't, see, if we just accept what's coming down on us, then we're complicit.
Right.
Silence is, speaks volumes, and it's evidence.
Part of the solution or part of the problem?
It's that, what can you do? You can say, well, I hate that, but so what?
Yeah.
It's not going to help. All we can do is fight the good fight, even if it gets us killed.
Sure.
I mean, we didn't do anything to be hated.
Right.
We just spoke truth to power, but tough. Because, look, all the people that have died before us, that have done that. Look, JFK, Martin Luther King Jr., on and on, right? Jesus Christ, John Lennon. I could go on all day.
Bobby Kennedy.
With great people. Bobby Kennedy. I always forget Bobby Kennedy, his brother, that was going to do just exactly, on and on. And, so we got to step up to the plate and say, you know what, if you want to hate me for no reason, that's your problem. That's your karma, man.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stand up and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to sting your ears. I'm going to do whatever I can to rub you the wrong way, to be a thorn in your side, and to get you to change your evil ways. And if you just get to hate me so much, you kill me, let the chips fall where they will, but I'm going to confront you because I got to live with myself.
Right.
I got kids just like you.
Yeah.
And they'll probably have kids, and so I'll probably be a grandpa. And if I don't do nothing, they're going to look back on me and say, you piece of crap. You didn't say nothing, man. You saw all this tyranny coming down on it, and you didn't do nothing. The way I see they get away with it is through the economics, through financial means. That's how it's all, poverty that's the most important thing they maintain, is a level of poverty. And hopefully they can proliferate it, because that gives them more control. It creates more chaos, more problems for them to solve and stay relevant.
Well, they're doing a good job of it right now. If these aerosol sprayers actually are having something to do with the drought in California.
Oh my God, yes.
And not just California, Oregon and Washington are in drought too.
That's right. Yeah, I forget that too, man.
And they grow a lot of crops in Oregon and Washington, as well as California. Whoop, hey there. Hey there.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for that. I didn't vote for that.
Well, I better get a sign.
Chico, California. And a bunch of without a sign that says home. We're surrounded. And then if you resist it, well,
Put your name and number down there, and I'll.
And they also come up as DOS,
Put name and number, and then I'll call you and sure. This is like a limitation. Hey, so what bugs you guys about chemtrail spraying, man?
Everything, the ignorance in my generation about it. That's what bugs me. That's what really bugs me. And I'm a really passionate person, and I'm looking for some connection like this because I really would love
You don't
to
like being
articulate
sprayed like
it.
a cockroach?
No.
What the hell's wrong with you?
No, and I got psoriasis. I have severe psoriasis that I
Wow.
never
Is it a
had.
mystery?
No, well, they
Probably
told me.
from the
You see
chemtrail.
the beautiful halo around the sun today?
Oh yeah.
All that background is
I'm an Instagram personality about this. It's called NorCal Chemstagram, and I have a whole Instagram that's dedicated to nothing about this. And
Yeah, I'm starting Chemtrail Sky Patrol. I'm trying to buy a fighter jet to go up there and intercept these damn guys and see if there's even human pilots in those
So
things.
what I've been wondering is that in the last couple days, 'cause
Well,
Somebody's
I'm
gotta get
serious. I'll
paid.
do it.
Somebody has to be paid in the military, brother. I mean, you know.
I'd
It's
love
a need to
get
know
it up in
basis,
there.
though, in the military. You gotta
how do I
know that,
sign
right?
this thing to get on the list?
Yeah, sure.
You really think that's funny?
Oh,
Why is that so funny, Carl?
Well, you know,
I
if
mean,
you
I'm
don't
serious.
laugh about it, you're gonna cry about it, aren't you? And men don't cry. We weep and we laugh a lot in our beer. So
And that would make them mad, though. Isn't that part of it? Is just making these guys mad and getting some attention, and so if you get a fighter plane, you see that's going to bring media attention. Like, what the hell? What's this guy doing? So the government, our government, whoever the hell that is, they're not doing nothing. So who is the government in America? What's your definition of government, Carl?
of the people, for the people, by the people.
That's the true government. But is that the way it is? I mean, when 90%
That's not
of the
really the
American
way it
people were
is,
against
no.
the banking takeover of '08, and yet that
Somehow
goes through. How does what they call that a democracy? What the hell is that? Tell me, guys.
The wealthiest, most psychotic people have somehow floated to the top. Maybe because they don't have a
The
heart.
scum
And,
floats to the top.
They've taken control of things. And our brother Dane W. up in Shasta County says those top 4% people are the most psychotic of all of us, and they need the most help. So we're out here to help you folks who are in control. Please don't control anybody else. Control your own mind first. Then you'll be free. The truth shall set you free.
What is the lady's name over here in the green?
So tell me, Bill, what really gripes you about the chemtrails, man?
The fact that they're happening at all.
Shouldn't the scientists get to experiment on us, and even if it kills us? I mean, wouldn't that be good for the planet? I mean, isn't that a good argument?
It's a pretty bad argument. They should. They've actually made laws that make it illegal for them to experiment on us.
Is that right? The Nuremberg trial?
I'm not sure which ones exactly they
It
are.
did
My
come
memory's
up, I
not that
think,
good.
eugenics and stuff like
Yeah.
that, where you can't do it without somebody's permission.
Yeah. But they have United Nations global laws, but we also have laws in America, and there are senators and stuff that are trying to fight it because they do it anyway. And that's if that's what they're doing. We don't know if that's exactly what they're doing or not.
Right. So what if the problem is it's just like a couple of guys like Dick Cheney and Bill Clinton in a basement somewhere with a joystick controlling these things, and the guys that load the planes, they don't even know what they're putting on. They're just doing a job. They need money. So maybe
That's probably true.
Maybe only a couple of people in the whole world even know what's really going on.
Yeah.
There's no accountability.
As far as we know, there's no accountability or oversight, but we don't know really who's doing it and why they're doing it, which is what we want to find out, so we know for sure. But regardless, it needs to be stopped. It'll probably have a lot to do with that.
The money printing class, I always say, is the most powerful because without them, the politicians look to them as their boss because they know which side the bread is buttered on. Without the money printers, they wouldn't get paid. And so they'll rubber stamp pretty much whatever they say. And they don't care that it goes against the will of the people. The problem is both Obama and McCain, back when that was the issue of the day, remember right before Baby Bush was leaving office, right? And Obama and McCain were campaigning. They both put their verbal stamp of approval on that thing. So we really didn't have a viable choice to change the banking laws because everybody knows these bankers overextended themselves by dumping all that money in the market. And what did the people of America want? We wanted them to fall on their faces, right, and bust their collective teeth out. That would have been Justice Erks. That would have been capitalism working because you take risk, and if you're stupid and foolish with your capital, you deserve to lose it. But you know, they put it on our backs. They privatize the profits and socialize the debt. So we got the worst of both worlds, the worst of capitalism and the worst of socialism. Yeah, they know what they're doing, and they've got to maintain control of the money printing, and if they lose that, man, they lose it all. Yeah, I do a video blog, and whatever comes in handy. I like to tape stuff off TV sometimes. I just got Dr. Oz talking. He's getting run across the coals, this guy, because he raked across the coals because of his stand on GMO foods. He believes that they should be labeled. Gee, how radical is that? How dare you ask to know what the hell's in your food, man? And so he's just getting crucified for that. And, he doesn't care. He's standing up, and he's really being a really good dude, you know. I mean, it's really getting hot and heavy. I mean, there really are some mean people that are running the show. And Monsanto, there's got to be as evil a company as they get, right?
Yeah, they tried to get him fired from, I forget what university he's at.
Who'd they try to get fired?
Dr. Oz.
Oh, I'm not surprised, yeah.
They actually sent like a dozen physicians sent a letter to the university saying you shouldn't have this guy at your university. I was going to watch that show that Oz did about where he spoke about against it, but I forgot to watch it. What time is it?
It's about 5 till 1. What does he say?
He thinks they're just contrails.
And he's a pilot. And he says it's all contrails. How old a fella is he?
He was probably in his maybe late 30s, early 40s.
Late 30s, early 40s, so he's younger than us.
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't remember what a true blue sky looks like.
Right, I mean, we all know. You could see two planes at the same elevation in very close proximity, and one plane puts out this tiny contrail that dissipates nearly immediately, and then you see the next plane leaving this fat, thick trail that just spreads, dissipates, and just over the course of the day it creates a gloomy condition, right?
Yeah, what we're seeing now. There's a nice blue sky this morning with some real clouds in it. Now it's just all, covered with the remnants of aerosol spraying.
You know, I think you're right. This doesn't look natural. You look at some of these.
You can see this. They were spraying this morning.
I think they're getting better at it. Like they'll, plan everything. They know the weather patterns, the wind, and they'll spray a distance away wherever they want to make it cloudy.
Yeah, they were spraying out there and it's moving this direction. You can see it. And they were spraying a little bit here.
It's giving him work. Boy, it looks like a lot of people are aware of, with all the honking, it seems like there's a lot of people that seem to know.
We got a lot of honk support.
A lot of which?
A lot of honk support.
Honk support. But we won't find the mainstream media out here, huh? They don't want to bring any attention to it. They can't offend their sponsors, right? Isn't that the big problem with the mainstream media? Like Dr. Oz, I mean, him speaking out at all, see, because a lot of the sponsors are using GMO. They don't want to offend their, that's like biting the hand that feeds you. So we all understand how the mainstream media gets manipulated because they're beholden to who's writing their paycheck. And that's their boss, and their boss is beholden to his boss, who is the sponsor. know, these campaign contributions, they don't want to limit any of that stuff because that goes into the mainstream media pocket, right? So they don't give a crap. Don't bridle these guys.